started. And the Gators will kick it away first. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Bunch formation for these receivers. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
On second down, he'll let it fly. The sure hands, it's sacked. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Wow, that's a really nice catch, especially considering it comes from a running back. Quarterback's got to do a better job being more accurate with that. You got to know he's not a receiver, right? It's not as natural for him. They don't make awkward body catches as gracefully as some of these other guys, and sometimes harder for them to stay on his feet. Let him work. Get him the ball in the chest. Nice job bailing out his QB, but the QB's got to return the favor.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Off play action on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And the defense just setting the tone right away in the first drive of the game. Quarterback scrambling is able to get free, but they put a massive shot on him. I don't know if this dude can make it the whole game taking hits like that.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. It is perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Mr. Two Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. They're trying to get to it. Getting some heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. With the catch, it's Ball. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They'll go with the running game on 4th down here. Running toward the tape. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. No, no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
That was going to take a Herculean effort by that kicker, and he just didn't have enough leg on that kick.
Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They'll snap it with a minute to play here in the opening stanza. They'll test the right side. Pulls his way forward.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try it on the ground. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting him on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping him off balance with that play call.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. He wants to throw. He's got the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. See if they stick with that plan on 2nd. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Wide open downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Grab near the marker. It's Hart. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
How many 1st downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cuse.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Back to pass. It's Allen. Throws to the tight end. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Lost one deep down the right side. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown Gators! And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on once. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Gators sending the offense back to work. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Man, you're trying to get the ball to your running back in space, and a really good job tossing it on the perimeter. What do you need? You need to set the edge. You got to do a good job with your offensive line. And then you need perimeter blocking out wide to hold their own. Do a good job, hold their own. Nice positive gain, nice positive toss play.
Throws to the wideout. Picked off.
You always try as a player to say the weather means nothing. Cold is a mentality. It hurts, okay? The ball feels like a rock. It gets super hard. It's really hard for quarterbacks to grip that thing and make accurate throws. And how about that? The defense comes out, makes a big play, creates the turnover.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Gets it out fast. Finds some fresh air. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to...
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
What a snag by the defense.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page calm.
And that pass is caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to get to him. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now with just a few seconds left, not enough time to run another play, but there is time to kick a field goal and take the lead. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And guys, that field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Pryor. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are.
Trying to beat the D deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Couldn't make the play on first down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff to the single running back. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, look out. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Running to the left. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Washington found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Huskies football today. Those folks in Seattle won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Shoots it to the left. And the ball is picked off. Bringing it back. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Gators! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. He'll bring it out. It's Pryor. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
In situations like this, it's nighttime, it's so cold, it's so hard to complete these types of passes, and for these wideouts, it's going to be tough just catching the football because that thing, I guarantee you, feels like a rock.
Offense set on first down. The run from the shotgun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Allen. Looking down the middle. Makes a connection. Lowers those pads. Touchdown, Florida! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd down, going up top. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Let's go! Toss sweep to the right. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
To the ground with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
Looking for space. It's Ventura. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to run for it. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger. That last score sort of like the finishing touch on a great meal. They are oh so close to tasting victory and getting ready to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Pryor. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. At the 35, he's got room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Finds him out of the backfield, and they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility, and you've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Let's see what they do on third down. Looking to throw for it. Coming after it. And that ball is live in the backfield. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles, well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's got it again. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Looking to throw, it's Allen. Fires to the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Gonna run it. It's Ventura. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.